She cared for him. And he returned the favor by stealing her worries away. There are moments in life when two people cross paths, seemingly by chance, and yet their connection feels like destiny. She stepped into his world with a heart full of compassion, ready to care, nurture, and support. It wasn't just about helping, it was about being present, listening without judgment, and offering comfort when words alone could not suffice. Her care was quiet but steadfast, a constant presence that never demanded recognition or reward. She understood the subtle art of being there, holding space for someone else's struggles, fears, and doubts. At first, it seemed like a one-way street. She carried the weight of his worries, tending to the gaps that life had left behind. But the remarkable truth of human connection is that genuine care is never one-sided for long. As she poured her energy into his healing, he began to notice the quiet sacrifices she made. The way she smiled even when exhausted, the patience she displayed when challenges arose, the unwavering faith she placed in his potential, all of it mattered more than she realized. In response, he did something extraordinary. He began to lift the burdens she had silently carried for so long. His actions were not loud or grandiose, but they were meaningful. Through small gestures, thoughtful words, and steadfast support, he offered her relief from the anxieties she had grown accustomed to shouldering alone. He became her sanctuary, a source of comfort that mirrored the care she had shown him. Slowly, the dynamic shifted, not through obligation or expectation, but through a natural exchange of empathy and understanding. This story is more than just a tale of reciprocity, it is a testament to the transformative power of human connection. When one person steps in with genuine care, it has the potential to awaken the best in another. Relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and support create a safe space for healing, growth, and emotional freedom. She discovered that caring for someone else did not deplete her, it revealed her own capacity for resilience and compassion. And he demonstrated that love and care are most potent when they are reciprocated, not demanded. Ultimately, this story reminds us that we all carry burdens, some visible, some hidden, but the simple act of caring for another person can create ripples of healing that return to us in unexpected ways. She took care of him, and in turn, he took away all her worries. It is a timeless lesson. True connection is never about keeping score, it is about lifting each other up, even when we least expect it. In a world that often feels overwhelming, these moments of shared support are what make life meaningful, reminding us that we do not have to face our challenges alone. Life often tests us in ways we don't expect. We meet people who challenge our patience, our strength, and our ability to trust. And sometimes, among those challenges, we find someone who changes the very way we see the world. She entered his life with a gentle determination, a willingness to give care without asking for anything in return. It wasn't about fixing him or rescuing him, it was about being present, noticing his struggles, and offering comfort in ways that only someone with a truly compassionate heart can. Every act of care she gave was deliberate and full of meaning. From listening to the things he never said aloud, to offering support when life seemed unbearable, she became his quiet anchor. Her care wasn't flashy, it wasn't about grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It was about showing up consistently, proving that someone could be trusted, that someone could be depended upon. Through her presence, he felt a sense of stability, a sense of relief that he had not known in years. What is truly remarkable in stories like these is how the act of giving care transforms the giver as well as the receiver. While she focused on his needs, he noticed the weariness she carried beneath her calm exterior. He saw the silent strength she used to hold the world together, and he realized that someone so selfless deserved peace and relief in return. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, he began to care for her in the same way she cared for him. He became a source of reassurance, of comfort, of joy. He noticed the little things that weighed her down and took them upon himself, easing her burden without expecting recognition or reward. This exchange of care is more than just love, it is healing. It is the understanding that connection is not about taking from each other, but about giving in ways that allow both people to flourish. She learned that opening her heart did not mean vulnerability would be exploited. Instead, it meant that someone could meet her halfway, offering strength where she needed it most. And he discovered the profound impact of gratitude, empathy, and action, how one can lift someone else simply by recognizing their struggles and acting to ease them. In the end, their story is a reminder that relationships flourish when care is reciprocal and authentic. When we allow ourselves to give, and equally allow ourselves to receive, we create a balance that nurtures both hearts. She took care of him, and in the process, he became the one who took away her worries. It is a story of hope, a story of trust, and above all, a story of the transformative power of human connection. It reminds us that life's heaviest burdens are made lighter when shared with someone who truly sees us, who truly cares, and who steps in to make our world a little more peaceful. There's a unique kind of strength in care. It is quiet, steadfast, and often unseen, but its impact is profound. She entered his life not with the expectation of reward, but with a heart open to giving. Her care was deliberate and patient, rooted in empathy rather than obligation. She noticed his silences, understood his struggles, and offered support in the ways that truly mattered, through presence, through listening, and through unwavering patience. She became more than a helper, she became a source of calm in a world that often felt chaotic to him. At first, it seemed one-sided. She gave, and he received. She carried the emotional weight of his worries, often placing his needs above her own. Her devotion was tireless, yet gentle, a constant reminder that someone could be relied upon without question. But this story is not about sacrifice alone, it is about the remarkable way care can transform both giver and receiver. Her actions, small and consistent, did not go unnoticed. Slowly, he began to recognize the depth of her commitment, the quiet strength that allowed her to care so fully. In response, he began to act in ways that mirrored her care. He didn't simply thank her with words, he demonstrated it through gestures, attentiveness, and understanding. He became attuned to her burdens, noticing the pressures she carried and taking steps to ease them. Where she had once shielded him from life's difficulties, he now became her shield, lifting away the worries she had long borne alone. It was a transformation not born of obligation, but of genuine connection, trust, and respect. What makes this story so powerful is the balance it reveals. Care, when given freely, has the power to inspire reciprocal generosity. Relationships that are nurtured through empathy and thoughtfulness create a safe space where both people can grow. She discovered that giving does not diminish her, it enriches her, opening her heart to a deeper understanding of love and resilience. And he discovered that receiving care is not weakness, but an opportunity to respond with gratitude and protection. Together, they created a partnership rooted in mutual support, a space where worries could be shared and alleviated. Ultimately, this story is a testament to the transformative power of human connection. It reminds us that we are not meant to face life's challenges alone. When care is given and received authentically, it can heal, uplift, and even redefine our understanding of love. She took care of him, and in return, he became the one who took away all her worries. It is a cycle of empathy and support that shows the extraordinary strength of connection, how two people, through simple acts of attention and kindness, can make each other's worlds lighter, brighter, and more hopeful. This narrative leaves a profound lesson: the true power of caring lies not just in giving, but in creating a bond where support flows both ways. And in that bond, worries are lifted, hearts are healed, and love, quiet, steady, and transformative, prevails. Life often presents challenges that feel heavier than one person can bear alone. We all carry unseen burdens, silent worries, and hidden fears. And yet, sometimes, in the midst of these struggles, someone appears who changes everything, not through grand gestures, but simply by showing up with a heart full of care. She stepped into his life with that kind of presence. She cared without hesitation, offering her time, her attention, and her unwavering support. Her care was not performative, it was authentic, grounded in empathy and genuine concern. Every small act, from listening to his worries, to offering comfort during difficult moments, showed that she was there not out of obligation, but out of love. Initially, it seemed that she was giving more than she was receiving. She absorbed his worries, carrying the emotional weight that he could not yet release. Her patience and kindness became the foundation upon which he began to rebuild his sense of stability and hope. Yet, what is remarkable in such connections is how the act of giving care can spark a reciprocal transformation. Her devotion inspired him to reflect on the quiet sacrifices she made and the resilience she carried beneath her gentle exterior. He realized that someone who gave so freely deserved care in return, a reprieve from the burdens that life had imposed on her. In response, he began to act in ways that spoke louder than words ever could. He became attuned to her emotions, attentive to the stresses she bore, and deliberate in creating moments of relief and comfort. He didn't merely acknowledge her struggles, he actively shared them, lightening her load through thoughtfulness, presence, and consistent support. Slowly, the dynamic between them evolved from one-sided devotion to mutual care. She realized that caring for someone else did not deplete her, it allowed her to witness the profound impact of compassion. He discovered that giving support could be just as fulfilling as receiving it, especially when it eased the worries of someone he deeply valued. This story is a testament to the transformative power of human connection. True relationships are not measured by what we take, but by what we give and how that giving inspires reciprocity. When care flows freely, it nurtures resilience, trust, and emotional intimacy. She took care of him, and he responded by taking away her worries, not out of duty, but out of love. In this mutual exchange, both hearts found healing, and both spirits were strengthened. Ultimately, their story reminds us that shared strength is one of life's greatest gifts. We are not meant to face our struggles alone. When we allow others to support us, we create space for healing, growth, and hope. Through care, attention, and love, burdens are lifted, hearts are lightened, and life becomes a journey shared rather than endured. She took care of him, and in doing so, he became her refuge, proving that the beauty of life lies not just in giving or receiving, but in the shared strength that emerges when two people truly see and support one another. There are rare moments in life when two people connect in a way that changes everything. She stepped into his world not as a savior, but as a presence, gentle, patient, and unwavering. She cared for him with a quiet strength that spoke louder than words ever could. Her support was not about control or obligation, it was about being fully present, offering comfort in ways that healed without demanding attention or recognition. Every gesture, no matter how small, carried the weight of compassion, listening when he needed to speak, standing silently when words weren't enough, and providing a steady hand when life's challenges felt insurmountable. At first, it appeared that she gave more than she received. She bore the emotional burdens that weighed him down, shouldered the anxieties he could not face alone, and offered her heart without expectation. Her care was consistent, selfless, and genuine, and through it, she created a sanctuary for him, a place where he could feel safe, understood, and supported. Her presence became a source of calm in a world that often felt chaotic and unforgiving. Yet, this story is not just about giving, it is about the extraordinary way care can ripple back, transforming both lives in the process. He began to notice the quiet sacrifices she made, the invisible struggles she carried alongside her daily life. He realized that someone so devoted, so selfless, deserved relief and joy in return. Slowly, intentionally, he began to respond, not with grand gestures, but with meaningful acts of care and attentiveness. He lifted the burdens she had long carried alone, offering reassurance, support, and comfort in ways that echoed the care she had shown him. The dynamic shifted, evolving from one-sided devotion to a mutual exchange of empathy, respect, and love. This is the profound lesson in their story: true connection is reciprocal. It flourishes when care flows both ways, when each person's needs are acknowledged, honored, and met. She discovered that giving care does not diminish her strength, it amplifies it. And he discovered that responding with support and love can be just as fulfilling as receiving it. Together, they created a bond in which worries were shared, burdens were lightened, and hearts were strengthened. Ultimately, their story reminds us that life's heaviest challenges are easier when faced together. She took care of him, and in return, he became the one who took away her worries. It is a testament to the quiet, transformative power of mutual care, a reminder that love is not measured by grandiosity, but by consistency, presence, and genuine empathy. In a world that often feels isolating, their story is a beacon of hope. It proves that when two people truly see each other, support each other, and care for each other, life becomes not only bearable but beautiful. Life is filled with moments of challenge, uncertainty, and silent struggles. Each of us carries invisible burdens, worries, fears, and insecurities that weigh heavily on our hearts. And sometimes, the people who enter our lives at just the right moment bring with them a quiet kind of healing, one that cannot be measured by words alone. She stepped into his life with patience, compassion, and unwavering dedication. She cared for him not because she had to, but because her heart led her to do so. Her care was intentional and consistent, rooted in genuine empathy and understanding. Every action she took, no matter how small, carried profound meaning. She listened to his fears, offered support without judgment, and provided a safe space for him to be vulnerable. Her presence alone became a source of comfort, a gentle reminder that he was not alone in facing life's challenges. In giving so freely, she revealed the remarkable power of human connection, the way one person's care can touch, inspire, and restore another's spirit. What is most striking, however, is how care flows both ways. As she devoted herself to his well-being, he began to notice the quiet sacrifices she made. He saw the weight she carried, the energy she invested, and the emotional resilience she demonstrated. In response, he began to reciprocate, not in grand gestures, but in meaningful ways that alleviated her worries. Through attentiveness, patience, and thoughtful actions, he gradually lifted the burdens she had carried for so long. Their connection evolved from a simple act of care into a profound exchange of support and mutual understanding. This story exemplifies the transformative power of relationships built on empathy and reciprocity. She learned that caring for someone else does not deplete her strength, it amplifies it, enriching her sense of purpose and deepening her capacity for love. He discovered that responding to care is equally powerful. It nurtures the soul and strengthens bonds in ways that words alone cannot capture. Together, they created a dynamic in which emotional weight was shared, burdens were lightened, and both hearts were strengthened. Ultimately, their story teaches a timeless lesson: true connection is a two-way street. It thrives not when one person gives endlessly, but when both people are willing to show up, support each other, and lift each other in times of need. She took care of him, and he, in turn, became the one who took away all her worries. It is a testament to the healing, transformative, and enduring power of mutual care, a reminder that love is not measured by what is taken, but by what is freely given and returned. In a world often filled with uncertainty and stress, their story serves as a powerful example. When two people genuinely see each other, respond to each other's needs, and care deeply, life becomes lighter, brighter, and infinitely more meaningful. It is in this shared strength, this reciprocal compassion, that the beauty of human connection truly shines. Life is often heavy, filled with challenges we cannot face alone. Every person carries invisible burdens, worries, fears, and anxieties that quietly shape our days. Yet, sometimes, the arrival of another person changes everything, not through grand gestures, but through the steady, quiet power of care. She stepped into his life with patience, empathy, and unwavering dedication. She cared not because she was obligated, but because her heart compelled her to give. Her care was consistent, sincere, and grounded in understanding, showing him that he could be supported, even when life felt overwhelming. Her care was more than just acts of kindness, it was a presence that reassured, comforted, and healed. She listened when he needed to speak, stayed silent when words were insufficient, and offered steady guidance through his struggles. She became his anchor, a source of calm and stability in a world that often felt uncertain. Her selfless devotion reflected the remarkable power of human connection, the ability of one person's compassion to restore hope, inspire courage, and lighten emotional burdens. Yet, the story does not end there. True care is transformative because it sparks a reciprocal response. As she poured her energy into his well-being, he began to notice the quiet weight she carried herself, the emotional labor, the hidden worries, and the tireless patience she demonstrated each day. Recognizing this, he began to respond, not with obligation, but with authentic care of his own. He became attuned to her needs, offered support in subtle yet meaningful ways, and took steps to ease the burdens she had carried alone. Through this exchange, their relationship evolved into a partnership built on mutual empathy, respect, and trust. This dynamic reveals a profound truth: genuine relationships are not measured by what one person gives alone, but by the balance of care, attention, and support flowing both ways. She learned that giving care strengthens her own resilience, allowing her to experience the joy of uplifting someone else. He learned that offering support can be deeply fulfilling, transforming the act of giving into a source of shared healing. Together, they created a safe space where emotional weight could be shared, and burdens could be lightened. Ultimately, this story illustrates the extraordinary power of mutual care. She took care of him, and he, in turn, took away her worries. Their bond became a living testament to the beauty of connection, a reminder that life's challenges are easier to bear when shared with someone who genuinely sees us, supports us, and cares for us. In a world often marked by isolation and stress, their story offers hope. The quiet, consistent acts of care between two people have the power to transform not only individual lives, but the very way they experience love, trust, and emotional freedom. Through shared care, they discovered strength, comfort, and peace. And in that shared strength, their hearts found healing, their spirits were uplifted, and the true power of human connection was revealed.